open source is going to be the future of a lot of organizations. In fact, many companies tend to look for opportunities to build a developer program to really help drive that sort of developer innovation as part of their platform. Talend, the great thing is that's where we started. Always the cloud, always the cloud. So early in my career, you didn't have a choice. And so as an IT professional, everything was on-prem, and the on-prem world was one of having to manage infrastructure and upgrading technology all the time, and having armies of people just managing the day-to-day operational support of all of that. With the cloud becoming more mainstream, it now allows you to pivot so much of what you do to driving new functionality, new innovation, finding business solutions, and really leaving the operational overhead of infrastructure and upgrades to people that are really, it becomes core to what they do. The ability to get access to the internet in a kind of an open and free way is going to be really, really important in the future. And so I'm a big proponent of making sure that it is seen as a service that's open to the masses. For us here at Talend, I mean, there's been a big focus around GDPR, and on top of the fact that we are a company that our headquarters in California, I think the good news is GDPR is prepared us very well to be compliant for the legislation that's just recently been enacted for the state of California. So I feel that we're going down the right road, and I think we've, in some cases, even have a kind of a head start over some of the other companies that may not do business in Europe, but also are based here in California. Yeah, that's a trick question. Both fantastic places. Living in Sydney for a couple of years gave me an opportunity to really see the world, but my home and my heart's always here in the Bay Area, so I'd always pick the Golden Gate Bridge. Unfortunately, they're both really important. You get fired if you have a problem with reliability, and you don't get too many compliments if it takes forever. And so it's really important that you have both. So to me, my preference and where I feel that being a CIO is the most exciting is actually at a startup, because there's a lot of things that you get to work on. There's a lot of opportunities you have to really shape the future of the company and the success of the company as a CIO. And so my preference is always to work in that sort of startup. And also I think you get to help sort of create and build out that culture. This is a good one too, where I'm going to pick both. And the reason being is, in my job, I have to many times think quick on my feet and be able to talk to subjects fairly quickly, and sometimes you have to make spot decisions, but also you have to be able to talk about technology and have enough depth and breadth of understanding of technology to be able to sort of piece things together. And so I think any good CIO in this day and age really has to both be able to think fast but also talk tech.